So even something like this, that is your sound. It could be a game sound, it could be your friends on TeamSpeak or Skype. This is the setting, so you have to pick. I pick Win7 sound, you'll probably pick the same. And your second sound device is your microphone. So I'm using a Scarlett 212 with my broadcasting headset. So yours could be, hit drop down menu. You might have SteelSeries Iberia V2s, you just pick that. And here, this is the two sound mixing. So if this is ticked, you have one video track and one audio track. If you untick it, you'll have two audio tracks, one for your game sounds and then one more for your microphone. So I like to have it unticked, so I have one for my audio, one for my microphone, because I could record some footage and then I'm thinking, nah, I'll just put them, I'll just make a mini montage, but I don't want my voice in it. I can just delete the track. But if you have that ticked, it will be on one audio track, your microphone's in there whether you like it or not. You could also, if you have it unticked and you have the two audio tracks, one for your audio, one for your mic, you can then open it in Audacity and do some noise removal, normalization, stuff like that. So I leave mine unticked, and here is only record secondary device on pushing. So if you tick this, you have to hold your button down, then it will record with this. But I'm too lazy for that. You can also add a logo, so you can add a logo to like the top left of your recording, and you just pick the image file here. Effects, which is mouse effects like clicks. Options, just leave these as they are. So, excuse me. So now we're going to the format. So the best way to pick your format is dependent on what you want to, how you want to record and how you want to upload. So say you just want to record from start to finish, record it straight to YouTube. It has 3 presets here which you can pick. So you could pick YouTube 720p, so it'll be in an Xvid codec. This you can just change. You can change the settings. Instead of having it 720p, just change it to 1280 by 1920 by 1080, and this will record in 1080p in Xvid. You can just stick it straight on YouTube. Small file size, good quality, but you can't open it in an editing software. You may be able to mess around with codecs to get it to open, but I don't recommend that you do. If you do want to open up in a editing software, you definitely want to record in a format that is supported. So next, these are all the codecs it comes with. So if here's one: Sony Vegas, Premiere and Pinnacle. So this is if you want to open your files into an editing program. So we tick this, it'll change it to a Motion JPEG. Motion JPEG is supported by Sony Vegas and all the other audio editing. Then you can just drag your file in and it will just come up on Sony Vegas. Then you can chop it, you can do whatever you want. So that is for Sony Vegas, and you can also change your settings. Always remember guys, YouTube is right now is capped at 30 frames. They are changing it to 60 soon, but for now just recording 30 frames. Quality between 80 and 100 doesn't really matter. I put mine on 90 because if you switch to 100, I honestly can't notice a difference, but the file size is double between 90 and 100. So I just leave mine at 100. And then your audio, you just want 48k. PCM is so you can open it in Sony Vegas. MPEG will not open in Sony Vegas properly. So PCM, stereo. So I actually use also have, sorry, I'll just show you, you have H.264 codecs as well. So these use like CUDA, which you have on a graphics card. So this can speed up your recording and quality. If you do want to use H.264 codec and you want to open it in Sony Vegas, you have to change this 4cc to X.264 and your keyframe intervals to 1. Now I will show you a link in a minute. Bandicam has loads of support for getting codecs to work and best settings and stuff like that, so I'll show you that in a minute. But I use the Lagerith Lossless codec. which is it is a big file size, but it is nice quality. I always set mine to 1920 by 1080. I don't know, I just always worry that it won't detect the full screen, you know. So that's the format that I use. Always use PCM, because if you want to open it in Sony Vegas, you have to use PCM. So images, you have a hotkey for capture image. You can just hit the one button, just take a picture of whatever shown on your screen, and it will just go into your folder. And you can also have the format of what the picture's taken in, like JPEG. Right, now you have the output, so you can see your videos. I don't know why mine aren't showing, not sure why. And then your about, which is you'll have your serial key and your email, update check, no update. They update this all the time, they're always looking for fixes. So Bandicam is brilliant for, you know, not using any resources. File size is good. You can put your own external codecs in. And look, if you go on support, here's a massive support thing. So you can go on best codec. Look, there's a massive thing here, and I'll zoom out a bit, telling you exactly what they do. So they tell you the size. Obviously you have more stars for the less file size it is, the quality and the speed of how fast it encodes, and that saves your hard drive. So I'm using this one, which is built into the Lucis codec, and as you can see the file size is pretty bad. I'm at around 2 GB a minute, but it's best and fast, you know, so I'm lucky because I have an external hard drive that's pretty big. But I was using Motion JPEG for quite a long time, and the quality is pretty good, so I definitely recommend, look, best codec for video editing software. Motion JPEG is the easiest, so without a doubt I would definitely use that if you're wanting to edit. If you don't want to edit anything, if you literally just want to record it, put it straight onto YouTube as it is, you know, like a let's play, you're not going to cut anything, you can just use the Xvid, and you can just choose the preset, which you can choose 360p, 480p or 720p. But you can also, you know, say you don't want 720p, you want 1080p, like I said before, just change it to 1920 by 1080 resolution, and you're done. So it is a really good capture software. I've had problems with everything else I've used. I understand Shadowplay, Nvidia Shadowplay is very, very good, but you need a very, very good graphics card to even to be able to use Shadowplay, and even then it records in an MP4 codec or format, and I think it's like 4 GB maximum file size, and then it will create a new file. So if I'm recording an hour of Battlefield 4, I'll probably have like 4 separate files, and that's a pain, you know, because I'd rather just have it all into one so I know what it is. That's only on Windows 7 though. If you have Windows 8, you can record unlimited amount of time on an MP4 format. But it doesn't use many resources. My frame barely drops at all. Literally, maybe 3 or 4 frames if lucky. You know, I don't really. It does depend on your hard drive though. Your hard drive definitely depends on how your frames are going to drop and stuff like that. So try and record onto a hard drive that you're not using the game on. So if you're running a game, don't record to the same hard drive that the game's running on, because you know your hard drive's trying to like get the data from the game to play it, but then also get the data to record it. So your hard drive's literally just going ape shit, and you know, so you do need a dedicated hard drive to get not much lag and stuff like that. But it is a brilliant program. I know it costs, but it's $39 for one PC single license. I think it's lifetime as well. Yes, it's a lifetime guarantee. So you know, you only have to pay once. You'll have no problems. It's definitely worth the you know, I purchased it and I never buy anything. You know, so it's definitely worth